It's Melissa here. Good evening. It is Christmas Eve tomorrow, and I am looking very forward to going to church and dressing up and doing the Christmas stuff and enjoying a Christmas with my family. But hey, I invited someone to church, and they're like, we don't really do church. Church isn't what it used to be. And I agree with that. It's not what it used to be, okay? But the gospel is preached. Have a basic church, right, for Christmas, just a basic church. When you get into a bigger church, there's a lot of programs, which is nice, but I'm in an area where there's a lot of liberal churches right now, and how am I doing since I've been out here with more liberal churches? I usually watch the doctrine, and my home church is just simplicity, just a simple church with the basics. So my point is, we're seeing a lot of changes in America. This is not just about church. We're seeing a lot of changes. America is just spiraling downward faster than we can imagine, right? So I'm just in my tank top before bed, and I was watching a video, and I really have a heart to start a nonprofit. I was thinking, do I want to do nonprofit or profit for business? I'm hoping to put the two together somehow, one for profit and one for nonprofit, because they each have benefits. So what I'm asking on this channel right now, if you all want to help me with my nonprofit I'm starting, it's going to be to help people. It's going to be to offer real help. Oftentimes we hear people say, oh, let me help you with this, or let me help you with that, right? And it's not real help. It's not. What we want is we want real, down-to-earth help. And I'm trying to talk a little faster because my time is needing to be charged on this phone. But we want real help. We want things that really work. One of the biggest things I did in my life, and I want to do this for others, is I turned my life around. I went and gave blood today, and they test you to make sure you don't have AIDS or something. One of the biggest things God did for me was He straightened out my life. He took the crooked paths and He made them straight. So when I was dating different guys, right, we had talked a lot about HIV back then and stuff, but when I had my firstborn son, I was like, holy cow, what if I have AIDS from one of these guys, right, when I was dating different guys? And I was so thankful that I didn't. And even today, I'm so thankful to God that He has saved me from every single disease that anybody can have. He has protected my health. He has been so good to me. So what happened to me is I turned my life around. I got saved, and right after I had my firstborn son, I was taking a stroller. I was walking up to church, little small church in New Hampshire, and I was saved. Heard the gospel, heard this is why Christmas is so important to me, heard that Jesus came, died for our sins, whoever believes in Him will have eternal life. I was at my lowest point, not recovering, but just feeling low from, finding out the truth when I had been lied to about pregnancy, that it's not a blob of cells, it's really a baby. So I got saved, and then I turned my life around. I had a hunger. I did a 180. I had a hunger to know righteousness. I had a hunger to know how to do stuff. I took plenty of parenting classes. I just, wanted to be the best wife, and I did everything I could. I've had a very good life between the two styles of living. Between the worldly way, God still blessed me. I mean, I had stuff. I was a little materialistic, but I had stuff. I was popular. I was in sports. I graduated early. So I had all that. And then God turned around and blessed me even more with saving me and giving me a huge family, my 5 sons, and then coming from a family with 10 on one side and then 5 on another, and then my husband's family, pretty big too. So I am a people person. But what I'm saying now is I have been blessed in life with so much. And I want to help people turn their life around. I went to church, I took Bible studies, I studied doctrine, I studied books, and I worked hard at it for about 30 years. This is how much work I've put into my whole entire family and in my life. So what I want to do now is do what I had for other people. There are tons of people out there on the street. They have nobody. And with everything happening with the COVID and people are getting sick again, nobody is going to be able to survive if we don't all work together. And I really believe the key is going to be community. When I went to church, there was a lot of community that I was involved in. Nobody really knew me. Nobody really knew my story about abortion. I just went to church and raised my sons, took care of them in youth group, Awana, mission trips, etc. Nobody really knew my personal story. So what I want to do for others is not only do I want to help women have their babies, but we're seeing in churches. I saw about 2 more churches I talked to this week that had been shut down. They were closing. I know of a church that said if we don't start getting kids into the churches, we are going to die. And then I saw 2 other churches last week closing their doors. So if we all don't get busy as Christians, the life that we have enjoyed, the traditional America, is no longer going to survive. So what my nonprofit is, I'm going to be opening a nonprofit as well as a profit business, and it's helping others. It's going to be a resource center where I've come from a huge family. On my mother's side, uncles in jail, you name it, I've been through it. So it does not surprise me to hear the stories on the street. What I'm doing is I'm opening a resource center. So I'm asking everybody to help me out. If you want to send donations, it's in my community page. I think it's inhumane that we have so many people on the street. I don't think it's right. Years ago, we had families that, if you lost your home or something, your family took you in. I put a video of Prepper Princess over on my community. She talks about old time family values we need to get back to, and we really do need to make some changes. Okay, so I'm just up at night and this is going on in my head, and I'm just like, make a video about this. I don't have my makeup on or anything, and I'm just like, you feel a passion for this, so make a video. So I'm asking everyone to send me on my Cash App, MyWork202, Melissa May. You can find me. And what I'm doing is asking people to send me donations. It's on my community post, and then I will be recording where the money goes and what I do. And the more help I get, the more I can help others. So I will be applying for my nonprofit, which I need to get that going, and then I'll be applying for a building. And I have a lot of ideas of what I want to do. I just watched a video of Denver, Colorado. Really bad, really bad. Colorado, I just heard, has like the second lowest job rates around here. The jobs, the small businesses are hurting. We need to do something about this. So I'm asking for donations. You'll see me on the streets. You'll see me give away stuff. You'll see me go shopping, raiment soup, take care of temporary needs with food. There's a lot of people who can't even get to pantries, right? If they're not around you, it's really difficult. They have to get a bus pass, which is very difficult to find free bus passes. There's people who have phones, right? And they can't go into a restaurant and charge their phone unless they buy a $10 meal. I guess you can go to McDonald's. You probably can charge your phone there. Some of the McDonald's, I know that I worked at one in New Hampshire, and unless you're buying something, get out, basically. So there's a lot of solutions here I'm looking at. My mind is just always going. Also, I watched a Caleb Hammer show, and there was this woman on there who was way up in her head, right? She had this trauma from here, she had trauma from here, she had trauma from here, and she couldn't work to just survive, right? So we're also dealing with a lot of people who need healing, and the reason why they can't just get out there and work is they need healing. There is a time to take some time for yourself, join some support groups, get some counsel. I mean, I've gotten counsel, so-called counsel, not really counsel, but I have worked at developing myself for 30 years. I've gone to churches, I've taken tons of Bible studies, I've taken tons of, just classes and everything to so-called reinvent myself. And this is what we want to offer people too. We want to offer them the opportunity to get through any trauma that they've had. We want to offer a huge support system. People nowadays are pretty selfish and they're living their own life. They're not thinking of other people. And we want to offer all kinds of spiritual resources and classes and all kinds of stuff to help people with the issues they have. And we really want to build America again from the bottom up. We're seeing politicians who promise, oh, we'll take care of the homeless. We're going to have all this free housing. We're going to have all the food they need and everything. And that's not going to solve the problem. People need to change. They need to change their character. They need to work. They need to work at things. But there also needs to be the resources that support people while they're changing their life. We need the support. There's not enough out there. And so if you want to join me, I would really appreciate all your help on this adventure as I look to change a lot of people's lives for the good. I've lived my life. I've done everything I've wanted pretty much. And now I really feel like it's a time to give back for me as I've done this. So as I've been blessed beyond anything that is comprehensible. I mean, I've just been so blessed in my life. So join me here. My Cash App is MyWork202, Melissa May. Any donations I get, there will be transparency with what I get and where it goes. So thank you for joining me, guys, and thank you for the help.